It's bringing CBS Sports senior NFL writer Jonathan Jones. What's the identity of the Raiders now? I mean, they sort of changed. They were, 0-7 when Carr threw for under 300 yards. They kind of put on his shoulders, but now they're 2-0 when he doesn't throw for 300 yards. And I know it was Drew Lock, but it wasn't that they dominated pass defense. They stopped the run game today.
Yeah, they really did. And very curiously, the Denver Broncos stopped giving the football to Javonte Williams, which no one really understands why they decided to do that when things seemed to be working successfully for him. And then they decided to go with Melvin Gordon, a guy who things were not working for him tonight against the Vegas Raiders. But you ask what the identity of this team is, and it's obviously and certainly evolving. You mentioned John Gruden. You mentioned Darren Waller, of course, Henry Ruggs earlier in the season. So they've had to adapt and adjust. They don't have that downfield threat. They've tried to make Deshaun Jackson into that, but there's only so much he can do in this offense or any offense in the NFL. Foster Moreau, who showed up big today, but he is no Darren Waller. And, figuring out who Derek Carr is going to be under Rich Bisaccia and not under John Gruden. So this team has had to adapt throughout the year, and this is the way that you win football games, with defense and with a run game. That's how you're supposed to win games in December and January. And so a performance like this, the Raiders can beat just about anybody, not the top echelon teams, but you put them in a fight against the number 3 or the number 4 seed in the AFC in mid-January. I might take the Raiders if this is the brand of football they're going to be playing moving forward.
And getting there is not going to be easy. They play at the Colts, and then they play the Chargers. They're probably going to have to win both to get in, no? I don't know if they're going to win either. I still don't see the Raiders. I still haven't marked them on the playoff side of the ledger yet. You want to make a case for the Raiders to make the playoffs?
I don't. I still like the Chargers over there. You're going to have potentially an AFC North team that's going to have something to say. So, no, I don't want to make the argument for them. I think that in the middle of the season there, as so much was swirling around this team, unfortunately for the guys who were still there, who were doing things the right way, they just kind of lost themselves in everything that was going on. And ultimately, I think that is going to catch up to them, or obviously it's dug them too deep of a hole. But credit to them. You could easily look and say, okay, same old Raiders. The last 2 years, they started out hot, they tapered off at the end. And then, okay, they start out hot, and again, they taper off. I think this year was obviously different for this team in any number of ways on and off the field. And Derek Carr said it best with our A.J. Ross. A lot of people were trying to write the obituaries for the Vegas Raiders. They're going to be getting a new head coach. They may even get a new general manager. But I'll tell you this, I think Derek Carr has certainly proven that he has done enough to remain the quarterback, the starting quarterback there in Vegas. Has to take care of the fumbling issue. I think that's always going to be a thing with Derek Carr. But, as long as he recovers them like he did today, then so be it.
As for Denver, I sort of see them as like the AFC's version of the Atlanta Falcons, where every week we go, they're still in this thing? They're still in this thing? They're still in this thing? Are we now going to start to say that they're done now at 7-8? We don't feel like they're in this thing anymore, right?
Yeah, I think we can officially say that. And Eric, I think you and I both on every Sunday where they win or they lose, we're both like, yeah, we don't really believe in them. I think that this really does kind of shut the door on them, especially being in that division. Again, they're going to need to take a long look this offseason at the team that they want to be. They have 2 bridge quarterbacks in Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. And I know that they had made a number of moves to fortify that offense, whether it is to entice Aaron Rodgers to come to Denver or to send proper return back to Green Bay in order to get Aaron Rodgers. And talking, of course, about all those contract restructures, but they have a great young running back in Javonte Williams. They didn't want to give him the ball today for whatever reason. And whether Vic Fangio remains the coach there is to be determined. Don't think his seat is as hot as some of the others around the NFL, and not entirely sure it would be fair if he didn't get to see another season in Denver. But that is one that we should all be keeping an eye on, whether it is after the end of this season or if it's a little deeper into the season, if there is some change at ownership for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, last time they drafted a quarterback they felt good about, it was Cush and Jerry Maguire. I mean, that's how long it's been for those guys. All right, well done, JJ. Raiders get it. Broncos do not, and as a result, you kind of figure like Denver, we'll see you next year. Raiders, tough schedule, but maybe, just maybe, if they can continue to sort of buck the trend, maybe they can slide into that 7.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.